New developments tonight in criminal cases against two D.C. police officers. The first involves an officer accused of taking pictures of a naked teenager. Marc Washington died after being pulled from the Potomac River late last night. Tonight, there are many questions surrounding his death. Jennifer Donlon has been on the story from the beginning. She's live from Haines Point tonight with the latest. Jennifer.
Well, Gordon, here's what we can tell you. According to sources, Marc Washington, D.C. police officer Marc Washington, was driving in a rental car. That rental car was found unattended in this parking lot. Marc Washington was discovered here in the Potomac River. Our research shows that the water temperature was 41.5 degrees. Based on what sources are telling us, they are investigating if this is something more than what it appears to be. ABC 7 News has learned the death of 32-year-old D.C. police officer Marc Washington is not an open and closed case of suicide, despite initial appearances. Washington was accused of taking naked photos of a 15-year-old girl in Southeast while on duty. He was charged with producing child pornography. Last night near Haines Point, he was pulled from the cold waters of the Potomac River. Law enforcement sources said he was later declared dead at the hospital. Multiple sources confirmed to ABC 7 News that it was Marc Washington himself who called 911 last night, and during that conversation allegedly said, "They're following me, they're calling me names." Those words raised the critical red flag, according to sources, as police try to figure out exactly what happened. Officially, the department is calling it a death investigation.
We can't comment on too many details right now because we don't know exactly what we have.
Washington was facing a minimum of 15 years in jail, and prosecutors said beyond the girls' naked pictures, numerous nude images of unidentified individuals, including two who appeared to be minors, were found on his camera. Last Friday, prosecutors argued against his release to house arrest, based, quote, on the seriousness of the offense, the weight of the evidence, and the potential punishment. Washington's defense attorney pointed to his, quote, exemplary military service and said he was awarded accolades as an officer and never had a single civilian complaint against him. The chief judge sided with the defense and placed Washington on house arrest with electronic monitoring. Now, 10 hours before his body was pulled from the water, we know that, based on court documents, he showed up to have that electronic ankle bracelet put on his body. And we do understand from sources the ankle bracelet was there. We've also learned from sources that part of his clothing was found here on the sidewalk. Also, in that rental car, we've learned from sources, the court papers and the lease to the rental car was found inside the car. As to the investigation into the unidentified images on his camera, that part of the investigation we understand continues. As far as the investigation into his death, D.C. homicide detectives are on the case. Reporting live from Southwest, I'm Jennifer Donlon, ABC 7 News.